Welcome to Benedictine. We are incredibly proud of the diversity of our community, and your unique cultural, religious, racial, and geographic backgrounds will further add to the beauty and richness already here. My name is Rita George-Tvrtkovic, Professor of Theology. My areas of specialty include historical theology, which asks the question, how does Catholic tradition develop over time? Plus, the history of Christian-Muslim relations and interreligious dialogue, the latter of which is something that we at Benedictine take especially seriously. No matter what your background, be it Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Jewish, Sikh, spiritual but not religious, agnostic, atheist, seeker, there is a place for you here to explore ideas related to spirituality and ultimate meaning. These issues aren't just theoretical, but practical, since no matter what job you choose or where you end up living, your clientele will be culturally and religiously diverse. So we help you develop skills in interreligious dialogue and cultural competence, which will be useful. The reading I want to share with you today describes how the ancient biblical virtue of hospitality can be applied to serving poor people and changing social structures today. Hospitality is a virtue because it is an inclination, a habit of being open and welcoming to the other, and specifically to the stranger. It is an act of courage, and it is also concrete. Saint Benedict, whose order of monks founded this university, enshrined hospitality in the Rule, where it is described as a practical virtue. You cannot be hospitable without doing hospitality. When you welcome someone to your house, you kiss their cheek, you take their coat, you wash their feet, you serve them dinner. You have to know what to serve them for dinner or what not to serve. Do they have allergies? Are they vegans? Are they Muslims or Hindus who have special dietary needs? Practicing the virtue of hospitality means paying attention to all the little things that really aren't so little. In the reading I have selected for you, the 20th century American journalist and saint-to-be Dorothy Day, a single mother who founded the Catholic worker movement in the 1930s during the Great Depression, shows us how hospitality can be applied to our treatment to poor people. In creating her houses of hospitality, now called Catholic worker houses, she was inspired by the same verse from Matthew 25 that Benedict cites in his Rule. Matthew 25 has Jesus saying, "When I was hungry, you gave me food. When I was sick, you visited me. When I was a stranger, you welcomed me." Dorothy Day tried to live out Matthew 25 practically in her houses of hospitality, where she welcomed poor and homeless and refugee people. She believed we must welcome everyone, no matter who they are. And this attitude of hospitality can be practiced no matter who you are. In fact, Jewish, Muslim, and Hindu texts also require believers to be hospitable. So the kind of hospitality that Dorothy Day describes is in fact an interreligious virtue. You will notice that this text is taken from a newspaper article dated May 1st, 1940. The article is from Dorothy Day's newspaper, The Catholic Worker. To this day, you can buy this newspaper for 1 cent, yes, 1 penny. The point is to make these ideas accessible to anyone, not just the elite. Even though the article is 70 plus years old, I think you will see ways it connects to issues we still face in 2023. A few things for you to keep in mind as you read. First, Dorothy is responding to criticism from those who claim that her works of mercy, meaning meeting the basic needs of food and housing, are not addressing problematic structures. Dorothy argues we must do both, attend to people's daily needs and fight oppressive structures. Second, she makes a historical argument that Christians have been doing this work for a long time, that there is a hospitable tradition in the church. But this activity is both traditional and revolutionary. And finally, Dorothy is responding to critics who say that her houses of hospitality are enabling chronics to remain in the cycle of poverty. But she says there is no distinction between the undeserving and deserving poor. All are deserving because we can't discriminate. Everyone has equal dignity. Everyone is made in the image of God. And thus, we are called to be open and hospitable to all.